survive.
I don't care how hard life gets. I'm not drinking my own urine.
Hold on, though. Are you sure?
Extreme things humans did to survive.
Blue John Canyon incident. On April
Nah, look, we actually finna react with my boy Salah right now, bro.
26, 2003, 27-year-old Aaron Ralston biked 15 miles into the remote canyonlands of southeastern Utah, planning an 8-hour solo hike through Blue John Canyon.
Bro, I envy people that actually like doing things like this. Like, if you ever think I'm gonna be bored and be like, you know what? Let me bike 15 miles at that.
Okay, look, though.
Go see a bunch of rocks?
But
Nah,
biking?
sorry. I feel like I have much
Nah, look, though, bro. Biking is hella peak. I don't know about all that mountain climbing, all this shit, bro. I don't
better
know.
things to do with my time. Not gonna knock anyone who does, because obviously the site is probably beautiful when you actually do stand up on top of it and shit. But I want to be into things like that. I want to be like, you know what? Let me go on a jog today. Let me go to the forest. Actually, the forest is cool though.
The
Oh, it is.
experienced mountaineer and mechanical engineer had quit his corporate job to pursue his passion for climbing. That
Okay, well, how are you gonna make the money then, buddy? Did you think that through?
Wait, what?
his passion for climbing. That
Is there even like a competition or
Okay,
something?
well, how are you gonna make the money then, buddy? Did you think that through? I don't know if you plan to live stream this or whatnot, but you sure you wouldn't quit your job to climb rocks?
You shouldn't.
How are you gonna make this a passion that pays you?
afternoon,
Okay, like
while descending through a narrow section
streaming
of the
this
slot
shit,
canyon,
maybe
disaster
doing
struck.
vids,
Oh,
As
maybe,
Ralston
but
climbed down from a suspended
that's a bad
boulder,
play.
it suddenly shifted, first smashing his left hand and then
Ooh, I
crushing his
saw
right
this
hand and wrist
shit.
against the canyon wall.
Damn!
The
You're
800-pound
cooked,
Toxton
bruh.
had him completely pinned 100 feet below the desert surface.
Do not tell me he's about to be handless to survive. There's
No,
no
hold
way,
on.
right?
I promise you, he finna slice. He finna slice this shit.
20
I
miles
already
from
saw
the
this
nearest
shit
paved
somewhere.
road. Ralston had broken his own first rule of solo hiking by not telling anyone where he was going. With only 350 milliliters of water and 2 burritos, he knew rescue was unlikely. For 3 days, he tried everything to free
Look,
himself.
look
Wait,
though. 3 burritos. Are you able to like survive 3 days? Oh, hold on, you also have water. So one a day, it's doable. Like this is the worst possible thing, but it's
does
doable.
he even have to let go of that hand?
He attempted to chip away at the boulder with his dull multi-tool knife, but
Yeah,
barely made
no.
a scratch. He rigged a pulley system with his climbing rope, but couldn't budge the massive rock. As his water ran out, he was forced to drink his own urine.
See, when
Oh
I clicked this video, I knew that
nah.
was gonna happen, bro. I feel like in so much of these
I got one challenge for you. Try Whisper Flow once. One time. And I promise you'll understand why I
scenarios, hey, if there's no water, we got that number one we could use from down there.
Thing is, okay, when you're dying, I promise you, there's probably like nothing stopping you.
It never
Probably.
fails us. I don't think I could ever drink my urine though.
Nah,
I would
you
just
could.
be dehydrated. I
No,
have
no, no,
no
no, no, no,
survival
no. You
skills.
could, you
On
could,
the
you could, you
fourth
could.
day, convinced he would die, Ralston carved his name, birth date, and presumed date of death into the canyon wall. He videotaped goodbye messages to his family, preparing for the end. But on the 5th day, something changed. Ralston had a
Slice.
vivid hallucination of himself, playing with a
Yeah.
future child while missing part of his right arm. This vision gave him the belief that he would live. When he woke on the 6th day, his trapped arm had begun to decompose. Desperately, he realized he could break his radius and ulna bones using torque against the boulder.
You see, like, I wouldn't know all of that. I would have been like, yeah, I'm just gonna have to cut this shit off. But the pain of doing that, I feel like would cause me to faint. Like, I don't know how I could do it in one swift motion and be
He
like,
did
shit,
faint,
okay,
though.
now I can survive.
He snapped
Didn't he?
both bones, then began the agonizing hour-long process of amputating his own arm.
Hold
He
on, yo, bro,
didn't
why are you
faint?
starting off from there? There's hella space here, yo, bro. Let's just start chipping it away from here.
Nah,
With
Loki
a dull
though.
2-inch knife, he cut through skin, muscle, and tendons, using the pliers on his multi-tool for the tougher tissue. Using tubing from his camelback as a tourniquet, he carefully managed the bleeding. Once free, Ralston's ordeal was far from over. He rappelled down a 65-foot wall with one arm, then
Oh
hiked 7 miles toward his truck. After
7
nah.
miles? You already did 15 miles on a bike? 7
What?
miles?
walking for hours, he encountered a Dutch family on
Nah, that's
vacation
crazy,
who
bro.
gave him water and alerted authorities. A helicopter picked him up just 4 hours after his self-amputation.
Oh, I know that hospital bill's about to be a fee. It's already like about a couple thousand for the
That's
get you
fucked
via
up, bruh.
ambulance on a helicopter. At this point, bruh, you might as well just try to survive on your own. They about to charge you like 10 bands for this shit.
Ralston had lost 40 pounds and 25% of his
40?
blood volume, but he was
Ooh.
alive. The incident later inspired the 2010
Good.
film
Oh, okay, yeah.
127 Hours.
Okay, look, I never saw the film, but I saw like something about like a Guinness record or something.
that
It's
captured what
probably
it
coming
meant
from
to
there.
endure 6 days alone in a canyon and brought international attention to Ralston's survival. The real story, however, remains one of the most extreme self-rescue cases ever
Oh
documented.
wait, so now we can actually live off like just climbing and shit.
Siula
I'm
Grant
glad he survived though. Do y'all think y'all would have the courage to cut off your own arm?
I
I don't
don't
know
know,
if I
bruh.
can, but shout
Oh
out to
no,
him.
the
no.
incident. On June 6, 1985, 25-year-old Joe Simpson and his climbing partner Simon Yates reached the summit of Siula Grande, becoming the first to successfully climb the
All right, with these two things, I'm noticing a pattern. Everybody that's dealing with extreme survival moments, they're going to canyons and mountains and freezing weather. You know what? Just stay
Plus, this is free will, my nigga. No one asked you for that. I
at home,
promise you
cut
we
naps,
good.
play some video games, watch some YouTube, eat some food. I don't know. Is this worth the payoff to anyone that actually climbs mountains and goes on top of hills? Is it worth the payoff?
Okay, like I heard like some BS, bruh. I won't lie. I don't even want to disrespect like climbing and shit, but it's like this nigga was talking about some. It's a different feeling or something. He's confused.
previously unclimbed
I'ma say
west
he's
face of the
confused.
20,814-foot Peruvian peak, but their triumph quickly turned to nightmare during the descent. The pair chose to descend via the treacherous North Ridge in deteriorating weather
Mm.
conditions.
Wait, y'all are sliding on the rock? I don't know if the
Okay,
animation
look.
channel's not showing like they had a rope or something, but sliding down
Nah,
a
they
rock?
did.
Come on, gang. You don't need a lot of brain cells for you to know.
Okay, but look though. If like the tent. Okay, if. Never mind.
That's an awful idea.
On the fourth day, while navigating a steep ice wall, Simpson
For a day to get down? No, you could never. Okay. Nah, you could never pay me to do something like this. I don't know, bro. Maybe later on, but bro, some people life are straight up too good. Like there's nothing happening. Like they
fell
be
and
living
landed
good. What the
awkwardly,
hell?
crushing his tibia into his knee joint and shattering his right
Nah.
leg.
Ooh.
With no hope of helicopter rescue in this remote location, Yates made a desperate decision to try lowering Simpson down the mountain using their two
That's a good
150-foot
friend,
ropes
bro.
tied together. The
Oh wait, if that's you, are you just going down like alone, like straight up? Oh no, bruh. I dead ass don't know.
system required Yates to dig a snow
Okay, because like someone injured. I heard some shit like this. Someone injured on like climbing is hella dangerous. So would y'all actually would have left your friend? Oh no,
seat
bruh.
and lower Simpson 300 feet at a time, then down
Cause
climb
look, okay, if I can't save him, like of course, but do you want to die though? To
Damn,
death?
do you know how strong you have to be to make sure that your friend goes by down slowly? Like you have to drop your full
Word.
weight and then just kind of slightly let it go. Bro, I'm sorry if you're my friend and this happened to you, buddy. Just know if you're too heavy, now both of your fibias are broken. I'm
I'm
sorry.
hours.
telling
This
you, bruh.
agonizing method worked as they descended approximately 3,000 feet, but as
Oh
darkness
shit.
fell and a blizzard struck, visibility vanished. Knowingly lowered Simpson over a cliff edge, leaving him dangling in space above a deep crevasse.
Mm.
Simpson couldn't climb back up the rope, and Yates couldn't pull him up from his precarious position in soft snow. For over an hour, Yates held the rope as Simpson hung helplessly below.
Mm.
Finally, feeling his own anchor failing and knowing they would both die if he was pulled from the cliff, Yates made an impossible decision. He cut the rope. Simpson fell deep into a crevasse, crashing onto an ice bridge. Miraculously, he survived the fall, but found himself trapped in
Wait,
what he thought
did he tell him like before? Oh shit. Hey my nigga, I'm sorry. I have to, bruh. I low key have to cut this shit. Or did he just like look at him down, cut this shit off?
was his tomb. The crevasse
I'm sorry. Is this a survival tactic or is this an attempted murder? Hello? If
Surviving
you find
tactic.
out that the rope clips because of you, you're done. My leg is gonna heal itself and I'm gonna come after your ass. What?
was a bergschrund that could be 50 to 500 feet deep. Instead of waiting to die, Simpson made another desperate choice. He descended deeper into the darkness, hoping to find a way out rather than slowly freeze to death on the ledge. About 70 feet down, he discovered a slope of unconsolidated snow at a 65-degree angle that led to daylight.
Nice.
Using his one good leg, he made hopping jumps to climb out of the crevasse, but his escape was only the beginning. Simpson spent the next 3.5 days crawling and hopping 5 miles
3.5 days? What
There's
are they
no way.
wearing? Because the way you're making it seem is like they have a
No,
t-shirt
no,
and
no,
some
no, no.
shorts.
They had equipment. They had equipment, but like you look at to kill me, bruh. Oh no. You low key had to kill me, bruh.
heavily equipped for the cold weather. 3.5 days walking. Oh, bro, at that point, I'm gonna just assume that there's nothing out there.
Across the glacier and rocky moraines back to base camp. Without food or water, delirious from pain and exhaustion, he dragged himself through the night, driven by sheer willpower. Hours before Yates was scheduled to abandon base camp, Simpson's desperate cries were heard. He had made it back from the dead. The jungle...
Hold on, now, you better go to your friend and be like, yo, what the hell was that? Was you trying to...
Look though, okay. Oh nah, I would be mad though. I would be mad, but look, it's better to like have one alive than two dead.
murder me? Because obviously you didn't come back for me. You didn't try
Bro, look, sometimes you can't even save niggas, bro. I'm telling you,
to
sometimes
see
you
if I was
can't.
still good. We gotta reopen that case. Are y'all telling me that this is not a criminal charge?
Nightmare.
I
In
don't think
early
it is.
November 1981, 22-year-old backpacker Yossi Ginsburg set off into the Bolivian Amazon with 3 companions, seeking adventure in one of the world's most dangerous jungles. The group
Why
included
though?
Marcus Stan,
Every
a Swiss
time,
teacher, Cousin
why?
Gale, an American photographer,
This shit
and
is
Karl
free.
Ruprechter, an Austrian who claimed to be a geologist.
They are doing this shit
Ruprechter
for the
promised to lead
frisky.
them to a remote indigenous village rich with gold. After days of difficult jungle travel, the group discovered that Ruprechter was not really a geologist, but a con artist with no
I
jungle experience. They
Oh, so y'all
No.
paid him beforehand? Wait, so you were just LARPing about the fact that you knew where the gold was? You should have at least planted some fake-ass gold beforehand.
decided to
Oh
split
yeah,
up,
smart,
with Ginsburg
smart
and
play.
Gale building a raft to navigate the dangerous Tuichi River back to civilization. What happened next changed everything. The makeshift raft hit rapids and was swept toward a waterfall. Gale managed to jump to shore, but Ginsburg and the raft went over the falls. Alone and lost in the
Damn,
Amazon with no supplies, map, or
the
survival training,
Amazon?
Ginsburg began a 19-day nightmare that pushed him to the very edge of human endurance.
19 days? I'm assuming
Kill
this is
me.
clean water. I have the survival knowledge of a snail. Even snails probably have better survival knowledge than me. I can't even survive
Okay,
a week
look.
out here. 19 days?
During his
I don't
first
think I
week
could
alone,
either. I
Ginsburg
won't even lie. I
survived
don't
on
think I
whatever he
could.
could find. He foraged
Bro,
Cause
I'm getting
you need to realize like there's
eating
some of
these
them
berries
shit.
and I'm gonna think they're healthy for me and all of
This shit finna kill you, bro. You
a
gonna eat
sudden I'm
some
gonna
of them?
see
You
MLK come
only
back
need
to life.
one
I'm
to
gonna
kill
see
you, bro.
Tupac chilling.
for wild fruits and eggs from bird nests.
One type
He
of
waited
berries can
beneath
kill you,
trees
bro.
for
Like
monkeys to
I
fall
don't
so he
know.
could
I
eat
would have
them.
died,
When he
bro.
found a small puddle of water, he drank until his stomach couldn't hold more. The jungle was merciless. Swarms of fire ants covered his body, and he pulled them from his eyelids, ears, and hair as blood
I'm
Mm.
sorry, eyelids? Fire ants are crawling up your eyes? How
Oh
much fire ants are there where
nah.
you're sleeping at?
seeped through his skin. Army ants attacked him one night while he slept, tearing at his flesh through his mosquito net.
I mean,
Termites bit him constantly, and a fungus infection left his feet bloody with oozing pus. On the 6th
this
night,
nigga
a
don't even
hungry
have
jaguar
shoes.
stalked him in complete darkness. Without fire or weapons, Ginsburg could only pray the big cat would move on.
Okay, look. Also, the other guy that like lied, he need to be prosecuted. Okay, look. I know. Okay, if he had like a little bit of XP and he was just saying, "I can make y'all survive. I'm not the best, but I can." Okay, okay. Like that's
As
crazy.
days passed,
That's
he
crazy.
began hallucinating from hunger and exhaustion. He lost all sense of
I
direction
mean,
in the
90,
endless green
19
maze. His
days.
feet rotted from constant moisture, and
Oh,
leeches attached themselves to his body. Ginsburg faced attacks from wild boar and the
kill
constant
him.
threat of venomous snakes.
Damn, this man is living like a Disney Channel ass episode, bro. Everybody attacking him. All because he
Yeah.
wanted some gold.
At his lowest point, he ate insects, lizards, and raw bird eggs to survive. Finally, on the 19th day, Ginsburg encountered Kevin again, who was traveling with local helpers
Finally.
searching for him.
Dude, I understand that man lied to y'all and he ain't get y'all gold, but he's the only one that knows how to navigate throughout the jungle. You can be mad at him and you can ask for a
That's true though. Oh no 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 no! I'm
refund.
asking for more than a refund, bro. I'm asking for more. But he did knew how to navigate in this shit, so
And
I'm gonna give
potentially
it
even
out to
sue
him.
him, but leaving him in a place where none of you guys know how to navigate is crazy.
Ginsburg was found on the brink of death, weighing barely 100 pounds and suffering from severe malnutrition
100 pounds, bro. That's crazy, bro. This shit is low-key like half my.
infected wounds. The Everest
No.
resurrection. On May 25th, 2006, 50-year-old Australian mountaineer Lincoln Hall
Yo, bro, your glasses are a little tilted. I just thought I'd let you know, Lincoln.
achieved his dream of
Okay,
reaching
yeah,
the
no
summit
shit.
of
We
Mount
saw.
Everest
We saw,
after
bro.
his
I
previous
promise you, we
attempt in
saw.
1984, but his celebration was short-lived. During the descent from the 29,029-foot peak, Hall began showing signs of severe altitude sickness. At 28,200 feet, he developed high-altitude cerebral edema, a life-threatening condition that caused dangerous swelling in his brain.
This is how I feel whenever planes are about to land. My ears popping and shit. Obviously, it's not the same thing, but if
I think it's low-key the same thing because this is like a link to altitude and all.
that's
So
how I
it
feel
it
inside of a
might be the
plane, how do
same
you think
thing.
I'm gonna feel on top of a mountain?
Illness made him confused, disoriented, and combative. His Sherpa guides tried for hours to help him descend, but as nightfall approached and their oxygen supplies dwindled, Hall became unresponsive. Expedition leader Alexander Abramov made the heartbreaking decision to order the guides to leave Hall on the mountain and return to camp to
Exactly.
save their own lives.
When y'all say this, do y'all like whisper to each other, "Hey man, we gotta leave this dude alone. He's."
Nah, look, me personally, I think I'm gonna say to him like, "Hey man, you know what we about to do, bro? It's not personal and all.
Honestly,
Last goodbye and all. This nigga gone."
he's holding us back. If we stay here for longer, we're gonna freeze to death. Hopefully, he's not listening to this. And do y'all just do it when he's not looking? Do y'all at least let him know, like, "Hey man, you know,
Yeah, I'll let
respectfully, we
him
have
know.
to go, or else we're all gonna die." What's happening here? Because right now it's seeming like y'all just ditched my boy.
At
I'll let him know,
28,540
but
feet,
like,
just below the summit, Hall was pronounced dead. A statement was released to the media, and his
was
wife
he?
Barbara was notified that her
He
husband had
wasn't, right?
perished on Everest. But Hall wasn't dead. Through the freezing night, with temperatures plunging far below zero and howling winds, he lay unconscious on a narrow ridge above an 8,000-foot drop. Wearing inadequate gear for the conditions, Hall somehow survived 12 hours in conditions that should
Okay, but he don't have like equipment now, does he?
have killed him within minutes. The next morning, as an American climbing team led by Dan Mazur made their own summit attempt, they
Oh,
were
good
shocked to
shit.
discover Hall sitting cross-legged on the summit ridge, very much alive. When Mazur approached, Hall looked up and said calmly, "I imagine you are surprised to see me here." Though still confused and hallucinating from the brain swelling, Hall was conscious and able to speak. Mazur
Here's the thing. The amount of people that die in Mount Everest is insane. It's like a bunch of people die every year
It
trying
is.
to climb this mountain. I think it's cool to climb Mount Everest, but is it enough for me to be like, "Oh my god, you're the greatest person ever"? I don't think it's worth the risk.
and his
It's
team
not though.
immediately
Okay, look,
abandoned their
that's an achievement though. Like you can say, okay, I did this shit, but if you're doing this just for the achievement, no. If you're doing this for yourself, I mean, go for it, right? But like, it's never really worth it if you ask me.
own summit bid. Knowing they had only one chance to save Hall's life, they gave him oxygen, warm clothing, and food, then began the dangerous
How you get
process
him
of
down?
helping him descend. The rescue required enormous sacrifice from Mazur's team, who gave up their only opportunity to summit Everest. Hall was eventually
Oh,
evacuated by helicopter from a lower camp and survived, though he lost the tips of several fingers and a toe to frost.
Ooh.
oh, frostbites. Almost everyone. That's tough,
Damn. That's how you know my boy was freezing.
and he
That
still survived. Damn, he's tough.
frostbite is not no joke, but at least he still got the rest of his body.
Bite. He credited his survival to his study of Tibetan Buddhism and an
Hmm.
unshakable will to live. Sahara Marathon
Damn.
incident. On April 10th,
Now we low key need to have this shit. Like, we need this
1994,
shit inside us.
38-year-old Italian police officer Mauro Prosperi
Not the
lined
will to live can change. This shit can change situation,
up
bro.
with approximately 80 other runners at the start of the Marathon des Sables, a grueling 156-mile ultramarathon across the Sahara Desert in Morocco. The former Olympic pentathlete had trained for months, running 25 miles daily while deliberately reducing his water intake to prepare for the brutal conditions.
Okay.
On the fourth day of the race, during the longest 57-mile
Bro,
stage,
I also heard about like some dumbass marauding death, like people robbing. What was it? I don't know, bro, but he was rubbing some on his like skin, and this shit was absorbing the heat. So basically, he was like killing himself slowly. There's like some dumb shit
temperatures soared to
happening,
115 degrees
unlike them
Fahrenheit.
runs.
I wouldn't even walk 500 feet. How much miles? I know that sunburn is hitting y'all like crazy.
At 1 p.m., after passing the third checkpoint, Prosperi was maintaining a strong seventh-place position when an unexpected sandstorm struck. The blinding
Oh,
storm
oh,
completely
I already
disoriented
know.
him, and when it cleared hours later, Prosperi could see no other runners or race markers. He was utterly alone in the vast Sahara.
Bro, I promise you, if I'm in the Sahara and like I'm seeing a storm, I'm not running or like I'm grabbing someone. We are staying together, bro.
For the first 2 days, Prosperi rationed his remaining water to half a bottle while walking during cooler hours to conserve energy. He ate only
And
one
plus,
energy bar.
You asked for more ways to create, so we made a major update. Sleeve printing is now
Why the fuck y'all don't hold on? Wait, why y'all don't even have like flags or something to make you know that you're still on track? And where was he running to like lose everybody? I don't know.
trying to make his food
Too many
last. By day
questions.
3, dehydration was setting in severely. He was forced to
Piss.
drink his own urine to survive.
Like
I don't
always.
care how hard life gets. I'm not drinking my own urine to survive,
You
bro.
will, you
Honestly, just
will,
sign me
you
out at
will.
that point. No,
You
no,
will,
it's
you
hot
will,
as
you will.
hell. You're lost, and you gotta drink.
Bro, okay, like, um, I don't know, bro, but is there like, okay, me personally, there's rum down, but like, is there a time where you just don't eat, like, and you start just, I don't know, like, wanting to drink or something like badly? Bro, you'll drink your
Piss.
own
That's
piss,
it.
bro.
It's
I
just
promise you,
piss.
you
On
will.
day 4,
You will.
desperately searching for shelter from the scorching sun, Prosperi discovered a Marabou shrine, an ancient stone tomb.
Oh,
Inside, bats
oh no,
hung
no,
from
no,
the
no, no,
ceiling.
no, no.
Using his knife, he killed and ate the bats raw, drinking their blood for
So you started
Oh yeah, COVID. Wait,
coronavirus. Come
this
on,
shit.
bro. Was it worth it?
moisture. As his condition worsened, Prosperi wrote a goodbye note to his wife on the tomb wall and attempted to take his own life by slitting his wrists. But his blood was so thick from dehydration that the wounds wouldn't bleed enough to kill him. When he woke up alive, Prosperi found new determination to survive. He set off again into the desert.
Yeah, I mean, if there's anyone that has a good chance of surviving, is someone that is doing 50 miles in a goddamn marathon.
Licking off
Yeah,
the
of
dew
course.
from rocks at dawn and hunting for
Bro,
insects
look, he was already doing a marathon,
and
bro.
lizards to eat. He buried himself in sand at night to stay warm as
No, 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 no,
temperatures
no, no, no.
plummeted. On
No, 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 no. It's not a good play. It's not a good
day
play.
8, he found a
You
tiny
got some
oasis
weird
with a puddle of
instinct.
fresh water and drank until he was full. On day 9, barely conscious and weighing just 99 pounds, Prosperi was found by Algerian military authorities after wandering 180 miles off
45 kilos.
course and unknowingly crossing the border from Morocco into Algeria.
Damn.
Doctors said his liver had nearly failed, and he required extensive intravenous rehydration to restore his body.
You still
The
good?
blackface
Okay.
incident.
I'm glad my boy survived with no crazy damage or whatever.
Nothing. I mean, the
I mean,
liver.
he ate a bat. I don't know what that's gonna do to him, but hey, at least he survived.
On
Oh, I think also like the liver, it's probably because of the piss. I heard some
March
like this. Oh no.
1996, Texas
The liver
pathologist
is
Beth
probably because
Weathers
of
joined a
that though.
commercial expedition led by renowned guide Rob Hall, attempting to reach the summit of Mount Everest. Weathers wasn't a professional mountaineer, but he was an experienced climber who had turned to extreme adventure to cope with severe depression. What he didn't anticipate was how the high altitude would affect his vision. Weathers had undergone radial keratotomy eye surgery 18 months earlier, and as the team climbed higher, his eyesight deteriorated rapidly. By the time they reached high on the southeast ridge near Camp
It was
4,
nearly blind,
Weathers was
huh?
effectively blind. Unable to continue safely, Hall instructed Weathers to wait there while he guided another client to the
Is it smart to even go climbing when you know your eyesight isn't the best? Like, bro, if I get any type of eye surgery where I know that my vision is affected, I'm not
Okay, like
risking
I wasn't listening in the story. He had his surgery, bro. This shit might be natural like selection,
being
bro.
in temperatures that make this shit go terrible. Did he
Like
know that?
no.
Probably not. But
Oh, okay.
nah, bruh, y'all got this.
You
summit,
shouldn't.
promising to return for him on the descent, but Hall never came back. While
Oh,
a
y'all lame.
Oh
Y'all fake as hell. Bro,
nah.
everybody that's going on these like mountain trips, especially to Everest or one of these like icy places, why are y'all leaving your homies? At least let them know.
assisting another
Look. It's the danger though.
climber, Hall became trapped high on the mountain and later died. As a massive blizzard struck Everest, Weathers and several other climbers
He
became
died.
lost and disoriented, just a few hundred yards from the safety of Camp 4. When guide Michael Groom tried to lead the group back to camp, the storm's fury made navigation impossible. The group huddled together for hours as temperatures plummeted and hurricane-force winds battered them.
Bro, I hate cold. Okay, look, I sometimes like sleeping with a little bit of cold, but I hate being outside in the cold, so I could never do
By the
something like
time
this.
there was a brief break in the storm, Weathers had been so weakened by exposure that he and 4 others were left behind while stronger climbers went for
Like
help.
you don't
That
even
night,
realize how
Weathers lay in
cold
the
this shit
snow,
is.
slipping deeper into a hypothermic coma. A fellow guide found him the next morning, but determined he was too far gone to save. Weathers was officially left for dead. His condition was
What?
so grave that his wife Eve
Nah, that's
received a
me.
phone call in Dallas.
Wait, that's lame. Now, how
That's
dumb are you
messed
gonna
up.
look when you find out that he actually survived? Are you gonna feel guilty? What do you mean too
Oh
far
yeah, you
gone?
will.
Informing her that her husband had died on the mountain. But 15 hours after being abandoned, something remarkable happened. Weathers regained consciousness. Despite being severely hypothermic with massive frostbite covering his hands and face, he somehow found the strength to stand up and stagger toward Camp 4.
Damn.
When he stumbled into camp, his teammates were shocked. His face was so blackened and swollen from frostbite that they barely recognized him.
Bro, your face having frostbite is insane. By the way, with frostbite, it's like that part of your body is like basically dead.
He was left for dead
Really?
a second time when another
Hold on,
storm
I'll look
collapsed
you want to
his
make a
tent
search
overnight,
after.
and fellow climbers again assumed he had died. But
Damn! Y'all just seen him move. At this point, you know he's up.
once more, Weathers proved them wrong. The next morning, rescuers found him still breathing and organized one of the highest altitude helicopter rescues at the time. Nepalese pilot Lieutenant Colonel Madan Khatri Chetri flew his aircraft into the deadly thin air twice to evacuate Weathers and another critically injured climber.
Shout out to
Weathers
him.
survived, but paid a terrible price.
What?
Frostbite forced the amputation of his right hand,
Damn.
all fingers and thumb on his left hand, parts
Damn.
of both feet and his nose.
Damn.
He considered
His
himself
nose?
lucky to be alive.
He's
crediting
still
God and
alive,
his
though.
family with giving him the will to survive against
Damn,
impossible
that
odds.
nigga's messed
If you'd
up.
like to see
Wow. Shout out to everybody that survived. I'm
Shout
glad
out,
y'all
shout
are
out.
still here. Stop clowning Mount Everest, bro. The fact that they even allow people to still climb
I'll
that
see
shit
you
is
again,
crazy,
bro. I'll
man.
see you
It's
again,
crazy
like
to me.
every
Just stay
time, every
over
time.
it's warm and shit. Shout
Every
out to
time,
everybody
every
that
time, every
survived.
time,
Hope
every
y'all are
time.
doing well. Let me know what extents you guys would go to survive. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, join us on Twitch, catch the gaming channel, the plug channel, and the everything.
We stretched this shit up to 26, bro. That's good work, bro. You already know what to do.